I've already hit my greatest game quota for the month. I want to work on the baseball vid that's been long overdue. Do you know how tight the wildcard races are right now? It's fucking insane. 4, 5, maybe 6 teams fighting for 2 spots in the NL. No one wants to claim the AL West. Chaos at every angle. Embrace the uncertainty. There's no reason to do more football now. Apparently, there will be no other sports covered. I can't escape it. And of course, it's involving the goddamn Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you see how awful it was for them last week? Any hope for them in the preseason was destroyed in about 5 minutes. San Francisco came in and smashed them to pieces. Everything was horrible, nothing is fine. Matt Canada is still here despite only 1 yard of offense deep into the second quarter. And the hits keep coming for the Steelers. Kinda literally. The team's banged up. Cam Hayward, Deontay Johnson, and Anthony McFarland are all on IR. Hayward's presence will be sorely missed, and depth will be tested. Their opponent this week are blood-hungry Elves. Cincinnati poked this bear one too many times and paid dearly for it. The Browns annihilated the Bengals like Art Modell screwing over Paul Brown. A strong defense featuring an offensive Deshaun Watson doing things. They pray for his bounce back. Nick Chubb, however, is still as beastly as ever. He owns the Steelers like rental property most games. Unfortunately for them, their O-line's taken a blow. Starting right tackle Jack Conklin is out for the season. It's not a critical loss, but over time it could affect the men behind him. Monday Night Football, the scene, the second game of the night. Not much happened in the first one. I'd like to believe both Saints and Panthers fans would like to keep it that way. It's all but must win for Pittsburgh, which will be interesting considering they have no offense. Cleveland's looking to go 2-0 for the first time in 30 years. A lot's at stake for both teams. And as the game begins...
Chubb splits out to the top of the screen. Quick throw, right the deflection and intercepted.
The bullshit strikes with fury. Thank the Lord Harrison Bryant lathered his hands in grease. No grip as it pinballs right into the hands of Alex Highsmith for a pick 6. The crowd is alive. Hope is returned for about a minute. Take 2 on the Browns' drive. This one goes a little more smoothly. There isn't a botched play to start it. In fact, Cleveland manages to move the ball forwards this time. At least until Joey Porter Jr. leaps onto the scene to force a 4th down and field goal. God bless nepotism. Asking for a friend, can he also return kicks? Gunnar Olszewski is many things. Good is not one of them. His receiver instincts had to kick in on a kickoff going out of bounds. Get his ass off the team. I'm done with him. In fact, I'm getting that way with Kenny Picktoff. What was that throw, man? Right in the breadbasket of Grant Delpit? I thought you were done with this shit. Fortunately, the defense isn't done eating Deshaun alive. Mike Tomlin then used his telekinetic powers to make the Browns miss the field goal. Hallelujah. Perhaps in the next lifetime, we'll discover an offense that can convert a first down. This one gives us no such thing. There's also no skill from Pat Pete, who drapes Amari Cooper in decoration as he catches a first down. God bless the fact that Deshaun throws to Elijah Moore, who demanded his way out of New York to catch the ball out of bounds. 4th down is upon us, but Deshaun forces his hands into a position where the Steelers don't want them. It's a first down to end the quarter.
Hold it!
Tomlin's challenging this. Oh Lord, here comes a wasted timeout. Wait a second. The ball was knocked out before his knee went down. Thank the gods the doctoring of the tape has worked wonders. The bullshit of Steeler football is real. And now we must travel back in time. To the first quarter. A simpler time. A kinder time. A time where Gunnar Olszewski is still fucking trash and what the hell is happening with the football? Jesus Lord, the field's become a pinball table and cats are dancing with dogs. Quick, someone tilt the field so it rolls back to Cleveland territory. It sadly doesn't, and the Browns are in prime field position. And Nick Chubb crushes this team like a lantern fly. Why did you have to take out Nick Chubb? What the hell did he do to you? I love Nick Chubb. I look forward to seeing him play every time Cleveland plays the Steelers. He's a beast, and one of the best runners in the game. And now his knee's destroyed.
I am told that the replay of Nick Chubb getting injured is not to be seen.
Let's put it this way. The knee is not supposed to bend 90 degrees to the right. That's structural damage. Worse, this was the same knee that got blown up when he was a young runner at Georgia almost a decade ago. It's not just the season that might be over for him. A brutal loss not just for the Browns, but for the game of football. I don't know if Minka was deliberately aiming low or if that notorious Pittsburgh sod was awful, but I hate this more than you can imagine. It's fucking bullshit. Well, Kareem Hunt, welcome back to the fold. Cleveland gets a touchdown with Jerome Ford, but it feels more devastating than anything. Their offensive catalyst is gone, but a great miracle is about to take place. Pittsburgh did something on offense. An incredible sight. They did jack shit afterwards because they fulfilled their quota for the drive. Pickett can't throw accurately, but the boss can kick, so 3 more points on the board. But for the Browns, when it shits, it's diarrhea. Elijah Moore makes a great catch, but oh, he can't keep both feet in bounds again. What a pity. May the Steelers do something with this blessing.
Pickett wide open. Pickens. There he goes. Touchdown Steelers. Back on top.
The Steelers scored an offensive touchdown? Longer than 10 yards. In an actual football game. See, this is why you throw to George Pickens. That motherfucker makes magic happen. Maybe they can get the 2-point conversion too. I asked for too much. Holy roller roll. Damn it. Continue offensive ineptitude on both fronts. Elijah Moore, shocker, can't keep both feet in bounds. The Steelers simply can't keep both feet upright. This is the time for Deshaun Watson to shine. With how much they paid in draft capital and guaranteed money, it has to be a record-setting moment. And it was for TJ Watt. He killed Deshaun to set the team record for sacks. Well done. Cleveland, here's a field goal as compensation. It's halftime, and I legitimately don't know how the Steelers have the lead. At this point, I've learned one thing. Don't ask questions, just embrace the bullshit of Steeler football. Even crazier, Pittsburgh manages to get back in field goal range. But Kenny can't throw accurately, so they'll have to settle for Chris Boswell. One of the few offensive weapons that can do anything. Speaking of one of the few offensive weapons that can do anything, here's Jerome Ford. When holes close strong side, new windows of opportunity open. In this case, all the way down to the 1-yard line where Pierre Strong puts it in for an easy touchdown. Deshaun manages to do something for once and get the 2-point conversion. Well, it was nice knowing the lead while it lasted. With this shit offense, nothing's happening. Kenny just dies in the pocket. The fortunate thing is that Cleveland's is almost as bad. Deshaun Watson fucking sucks. We're not even at the point of rust anymore. The guy's visibly lost a step or 3 since happy endings were silenced. His only offensive prowess is in face mask penalties and accosting refs. Deshaun's learned well. He says he did nothing wrong. Deshaun Watson actively denying touching someone he shouldn't have. The fruit's hanging so low it may as well be on the ground. He should be thankful Pickett's been shittier or else he'd be getting ripped harder than he already is. Maybe Eckershure's insurance is part of the sponsorship agreement. I know they don't sell health insurance, I don't give a shit. Anything's useful in this shit heap of injuries. Thank God Presley Harvin is the greatest punter in the world. A 3-point deficit is more like 300 with the Trudeau offense on display. They're gonna need some high-end talent to give them another 3 and out.
4-man rush, Njoku underneath, 4th down. Ball comes out.
That's a start. And the reward is truly great. Nobody blocking Sione Takitaki for a 3 and out. Once again, Presley Harvin is the greatest punter in the world. God bless his thick-legged greatness. It's all part of the master plan.
Neal showing blitz. Here he comes. Here I pressure ball. Save the day. That means that mighty mouse is on the way.
All of Yinzerdom is shrieking their war cry. Kinda sounds like a TIE fighter. High-end talent bailing out the Steelers again to give them the lead by 4. Highsmith and Watt, a blessing of blessings. May they reinforce to the world that Deshaun Watson still sucks. The world cheers. Now the Steelers can end it with, what the fuck was that, Kenny? Dead serious, what the hell was that play call? What is execution? Can we do it to the offense? The capacity crowd wants blood. It should have happened last season. Now Cleveland has a chance to win because the Steelers have a Yugo for an offense. Time winding down and they're pushing down the field to about the 50-yard line. It's time for the Pittsburgh D to bail this team out one last time. Deshaun can run, but he can't hide from the hands of Elijah Riley? Okay then, 4th down is upon them, and the predictable happens. Deshaun throws an incomplete pass. The Steelers have somehow won, and we technically ask this every week. Joey Porter Jr. got away with some grabbing of the jersey, but do you really want to give Deshaun any good fortune? This is the QB you're stuck with, Cleveland. Have fun with that. I don't exaggerate when I say that this is probably one of the 10 worst losses in Browns history. Not just in the way they lost, not in how they self-destructed on offense, not even in losing to goddamn Pittsburgh yet again. It's in the long-term ramifications. Deshaun Watson isn't going to save them. Their best defensive weapon may have played his last game as a Brown, and the whole game plan fell apart once he was gone. This was devastating. and it might derail the season in spite of their defense. And against a hated rival, them? Jesus. As what is supposedly the greatest game finally ends, we continue with more bullshit to come. Matt Canada remains because the Steelers don't fire coaches. And Mike Tomlin wants the fans fat, sassy, and spoiled. Did Tomlin just call me fat?